And with that, good evening, everyone. How's everybody doing tonight? Below me is Mr. Colin Kincaid outdoors, and next to me is going to be my wife, Molly's Pest Hunter's Best Catch.
And next to me,
Is Miss Jenny.
my lovely bride, Jenny. By the way, just to let you know, we had butterfly chops, or was it, hun?
What?
For the meat we had
I can't find
pork
my
chops.
pen.
And guess whose rub we used?
Haha. Thank you.
Our Mrs. Dash that I normally use accidentally fell into the sink
Oh, no.
full of water. Hey, Lori. Hey, Rob.
Hi, Lori. How you doing? Oh, let me get my chat back up and running here.
So I'm going to have to buy
Give me a
more
second to move here.
of my Mrs. Dash because that's what I prefer usually, but that's what I used. That and a lot of pepper.
Yeah, I'm trying to find out where I left my pen. I cannot find my pen. Oh, well. I'll have to refer back to this video to write everything down. And LW, how you doing? It's a new person today.
LW, how you doing? I'm Colin. That's Molly.
Yeah, so, tonight's topic, we're going to try and stick with tonight's topic. It's going to be mulch versus compost. When and where to use it. So, with that,
What's the difference?
the difference
As an amateur, I'm going to play the devil's advocate and say, what's the difference?
Yeah. Okay. Well, with mulch, is you can actually put it on the ground. It's a lot coarser and just a lot bigger types of chunks in the way it's also processed. It is processed through, of course, like you start out with your chippings and everything else. And it's basically the beginnings of mulch. So it stays in a larger chunk, and you actually use that to put that on top of the soil to help hold the moisture in and to help with the erosion. Now, with the compost, that is actually mixed into the soil, so all the nutrients are relatively available for the plants. And again, helps in moisture, nutrients for the plant, and also doesn't really help with much with erosion control. That's basically the only difference. Oh, and the way it's also done is you start out with the mulch, and it's actually ground down smaller. And then you go through, like we call it a cooking phase, where it's actually cooking. The internal temperatures will get up to 140 plus. Do not exceed 140 if at all possible, because it will actually get out of hand and it can cause a fire. And no animal byproducts in either one of those.
Well, there's LW's channel, just to let you guys know if anybody's interested.
And with that, as soon as it's done cooking, you got to actually turn it and keep it moist. So whenever you turn it, you give it some water. You go back about 7-10 days. You go back, you turn it, you give it water. And
what happens if you don't turn it?
It can actually overheat and spontaneously combust if it gets too hot. Yeah, especially during the summertime in this heat. Oh yeah, you really got to pay attention. Then after, because you can be breaking it down to almost a powder, along with large pieces in there. You want to keep the large pieces in there. It also helps with also the nutrients in there as well. And then you'll start to see a white powder substance in there. That is actually good.
Stickers. So I'm going to give her stickers that I need to get. An envelope. Your hand them to me, see you're closer.
Yeah, that white powder is actually the the bacterium, the fungi in there actually doing its work, and it's breaking it down even further and creating even more nutrients for your plants. And that fungi is also what also helps take the nutrients and changes it to a like nutrient that's available for the plant to take up. And that's the basics of how it works. Yeah, the best ratio for mixing with compost and with your soil, if you can get native soil, that's even better. Use your native soil because it's going to have your small rocks, a little bit of bigger rocks, pea gravel, 1 inch in diameter size and smaller. 1/2 inch would be actually better. And then you also want to have some sand in there, some loam in there, which is like a in between a clay and a sand, and just a little bit of clay in there. And you can actually mix all that up together, and you want to get it at least a 70-30% mix. So for really good growing medium for like potting soil. Now you can do a 50-50, which would be great for like a vegetable garden, victory garden, flower garden, and that would be best for that. Now, if you're going to do it for trees, you want to mix it in get your trees like we're going to do, for instance, a 5-gallon pot for a tree. That's roughly 16 inches in diameter, 20 inches in diameter. And what you're going to do is you're going to dig that hole 2 to 3 times larger in circumference of that tree. And then you're going to mix a 25-75 mix. So 25% of your compost in with 75% in with your native soil. And then that's what you backfill with. That's so the roots don't become dependent upon staying in that area and becoming root bound. You want those roots to go. Those nutrients are there just to help it get going for its first 2 to 3 years. Now, once you get your tree planted, you can put up a well around it so you can hold the water, so you can water it in very well. Make sure you get rid of all the air pockets, of course, when you're planting a tree, but that's going to be for another episode. And then you can actually water it in, and that's when you bring in your mulch. Put the mulch on top to help hold the water in place so it doesn't evaporate from the soil. It also helps protect the roots from the heat of the sun as the tree starts growing. So yeah, it's pretty awesome how it all works. So yeah, it's a big process. A lot of it takes a long time to actually get it going, but once you get it going, and you get a large enough compost going, you can actually keep it going. The larger the pile, the faster it will actually be able to process. You can probably get it down if you grind it up small enough. Do like a chipper or grinder, you can put in the smaller screen on most chippers that you can get for residential. You can actually break it down to smaller pieces, and you can actually make it faster for it to compost. But it's the cooking time that usually stays about the same. You can probably get it down to 4 months.
That's very time consuming.
It is time consuming. Of course, you need the water. You need to go out there and you need to turn it.
You need the space.
Yes, you do need the space if you're going to be doing it on a more than a 10 by 10 foot, 100 square feet. You can do it in 100 square feet, which is actually large.
Away from your house, folks, because in case of a spontaneous combust, you don't want it anywhere near your home or any other structure. No,
like I said, and you get that nice earthy smell. You're doing it correct. But like I said, that white powder stuff that you see in there, that's what you want. Don't get rid of it. Don't let it dry out, because then you kill that stuff off. Then you have to inoculate that mulch again to get it going again and recook it. Yes.
I have a guy down in front. Tell me if I'm wrong. If I remember correctly, there is a byproduct of composting that has something to do with saltpeter or something like that, or something for making gunpowder.
Usually, gunpowder is usually going to be your sulfur.
Something that's a byproduct of composting, some kind of composting byproduct that can be used.
You're not going to get enough ammonium nitrate out of it.
I heard that there's something you can get. So don't ask me what it is.
Yeah, I don't remember anything like that, but no, not that I know of. So like I said, you got your I don't want to get in trouble, telling everybody the recipe for gunpowder.
Oh no, you can tell them the ingredients, but it's just the amounts that you can't tell.
Yeah, but somebody's gonna mix that together and get themselves killed. They can go somewhere else to get that. Actually, Rob, what actually activates faster than anything else to get to inoculate your mulching pile and or your compost pile, believe it or not, is a day-old stale beer. But yes, that does help, Rob, because it has urea in it. You can also give it a good jump start using DEF fluid, DEF. That's almost that's like liquid.
They use it in semis.
Yes, yeah, and it is actually a fertilizer, and it's
They use
roughly
it to keep
53%.
fuel from gelling in the cold.
Yeah, I think it's like 53 or 63% urea. So yeah, it's pretty up there. You don't have to use a whole lot. We're talking mere ounces per 1,000 square feet using that if you're going to be using it on a Bermuda lawn. Now you get a lot of it at the bar. You pour it in a bucket. Go put it in your bin. But yeah, like I said, things you do not want to put in. Try to avoid pine if at all possible. Avoid palm trees. Avoid oleander. Try to avoid a lot of the ficus trees, which is the ficus trees are the ones that you cut the bark on there and it's got that white sap on there. You want to try and keep that out as much as possible. After it's dried up after being chipped, dried up and rained on for about a year or two, yeah, you can get away with the ficus trees and or the pine chippings. But yeah, you want to try and get it broken down as much as possible. Like I said, a lot of these companies out here will have like those little chipper shredders that you can buy at some of these big box stores, small box stores, home improvement stores. If you can get like a 8 horsepower, a good example is the one from Troy built, the Tomahawk. I don't know if you still make that model, but you can get several screens with that. You can get an open screen on the bottom, which has a couple of bars, where you can put a lot of green stuff through there, like your tomato vines, leftover stuff from the garden. You can put it all through there. Eucalyptus is the other one. Thank you, Rob.
We don't have a lot of eucalyptus here in the States, though.
Oh, yeah, we do.
Not where I live.
Mostly it's going to be in the cities. They're using it as an ornamental tree. Very brittle limbs, not good to have near your house.
Is that the stuff that koala bears like?
Yes.
We need more koala bears then.
No, they can't handle the environment here. Hi, Deb. How you doing?
That means we need to crossbreed them make them stronger, faster.
Yeah. Well,
cuter.
Anyways,
I'm sorry.
So yeah, using those chippers and shredders, you can put those in there. You can actually start large. Then you can actually reintroduce it into your chipper with a smaller screen to break it down a little bit more. But remember, you got to put it in there at a slower rate so you don't plug it up and stall your engine, which would be bad. But yeah, you put your leaves in there, your small sticks in there with the smaller screen. It'll actually help break that up a lot smaller. And then you get it on a pile, get it wet. You can actually speed it up, the process. When you first start your compost pile, you can actually get a small bag of the Miracle Grow and put that in there with the old stale beer, because that, believe it or not, the beer has all the old yeast in there and everything else, and it just helps just kick it into gear.
Are we going to be on this subject a long time, or?
Oh, I don't know.
Okay.
I'm just waiting for questions if anybody has any questions.
Well, I've asked those questions here and there.
Yeah, like I said, it's just getting the mixture right. Knowing your soil is
KOW.
yeah. So yeah, Deb's got a bad day.
Oh.
Yeah, so I was kind of hoping Cliff would be here in time, but
remember, he's probably working on his garden.
Puppy grounds, yes, a good way to get started. Yes, The other thing, like I said, avoid putting animal scraps in there, such as leftover chicken bones. You don't want to have any of that stuff in there. No fats from leftover from dinner in there, because that will bring in a lot of your unwanted pests. They get in there, they dig it up, dig it around, spread it all over the place, trying to find something to eat in there. Not good. And like I said, you also get a lot of your once you get earthworms in there, it breaks it down even faster.
Hi, LW.
Yeah, I don't know who LW is yet.
I posted the link to their channel.
Yeah.
I have no information.
Okay, there's somebody new.
Yep.
Yeah, if you like the channel, go ahead, like and subscribe.
We got 12 subscribers.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Well, I'm one of them. I just subscribed just because. Why not?
Ian, where's the dog? I don't want to step on her. Yeah, she's right where I want to put my feet.
Well, nudge her.
Oh, yeah. Okay, Coco. There you go. All right, my old Chihuahua. Like I said, coffee is a good way to get started. Tea leaves. If you can, like I said, if you got all your, you take your onions, you can dice them up, and all the leftovers from there, all the peels. If you can break them down a little bit more before you put them into your compost pile, even better. But it's better to try and get that compost going, get it rotated every 10 days, 7 to 10 days, rotate it. Try and get it as much of it as you possible, and save it for like next year, because it can take up to a year to get it actually started and going and get it starting to break down. Another thing that you can also do is you can actually get a sifter. You can make one at home yourself. You can go get the 1/4-inch galvanized mesh, a couple of pieces of lumber, make a little a sifter, make a little square, staple that down. Make sure you cover up all the areas so you don't get stuck by the galvanized mesh. That'll tear up your hands pretty quick too. And then you actually shake out all the smaller stuff out of it onto a tarp. And then all the big stuff that's left over, you can throw that back into the mulch pile. Then you use the smaller stuff that you're going to be using for like a plant or anything else. Yeah, but if you can mix it into your native soil, that's even better. And if you got a really high clay soil, you're going to have to add a little bit more organics in there. You have to don't put sand in there a whole lot. You can put
I wouldn't.
You would have to overpower the clay. In other words, because when you mix your clay and your sand together, and if there's any kind of calcium in the soil, you have concrete. So you got to overpower that clay. If you want to take some of that clay out, put in the mulch and some sand in there, yes, you can do that. You can also put in vermiculite, perlite, so actually help with the temperatures when it swells and contracts through the temperatures and watering. It'll keep it from aggregating into concrete.
Who's SSG?
Hey, Ajax.
Oh, Ajax, how you doing? I didn't even see him pop in.
I'm not familiar with that channel.
Yeah, I am not.
Garden State Gardener.
No. Okay, Garden State Gardener. Okay.
No, that's SSG. I'm not.
LW, can you put the full name in there? Well, anyways. Oh, Wendy.
Oh, Wendy.
Yeah. Okay.
I love Wendy.
Yeah.
Who's
now
Wendy?
I know.
Southern Sown and Grown.
Yeah, one of Molly's.
Oh, that's what it stands for. Okay. Can you put her link in the chat too, please? Because if she brought them here, this is a good.
Oh yeah.
Support them too.
You got it, honey, or do I have to do it?
You have to do it. You haven't shown me how to do it yet.
Oh, I thought I did.
Nope, you did not.
I don't think I have her channel in here. Let me go to here, go to there, go to here, go to here. Gotta go all the way down here to S. Sorry, I got a lot of channels. Oh, here it is. I actually am, believe it or not. Wow. Okay. Go to here. Go to there. Sorry, guys. I'm a little bit slow. Go back over to here. Click, click, and paste, and voila. Let me get back over here to StreamYard. Okay. Pretty good, Ajax. How you doing? There we go. Okay, now it's up there. So anybody else have any other questions or anything else? Oh, the best place to get worms is your local bait shop. Get some night crawlers and some red worms. Just when you're done,
Walmart.
yeah, if you no, not the ones from Walmart.
Can you run make a worm farm with that for
Yes,
for selling
yeah.
worms, not just for helping with the compost, but actual income type situation for people who fish.
I would probably get a tester to make sure that when you before you put the mulch, not the mulch, but the compost in with the worms, make sure it's not too hot, not as in temperature wise, but chemically wise. Oh, okay, Ajax. I will see you on Friday. Yeah, like I said, there's so much benefits of actually making your own compost and or mulch. You actually know what's actually going in it. A lot of these places, that you don't know what plant's going to be in there. You don't know what kind of bacterium or bad bacterium and or fungus or blights that they could actually be moving around. It is a bit of a gamble. So, like I said, sometimes I haven't had any issues yet with any of them, but the possibility is there to have a bad soil fungus getting in, or bad mushrooms. Now, when you get mushrooms popping up, that's when you know you have too much organics in your soil, and it's breaking down. But yeah, like I said, you can actually get mushrooms to grow on like I said, if you can take that log, mix in a little bit of sucrose with that, like a flour or something in there that's will actually make it hold together. You can actually make your own bricks for mushrooms and make your own little dark house and keep it climate controlled. So if you can keep it somewhere around, 60 degrees, keep it in the dark, and you can actually buy mushroom spores and actually start your own little mushroom garden. I've never done it, but it's there. It's still been raining there, calling for thunderstorms tomorrow. Ouch. Not for us. We're dry for another 2 weeks. I don't see anything more than 28% on the radar, or excuse me, on the future cast for rain. Hey, CR.
Hey, CR.
Another gardener that's with us here is Mr. CR. He does a lot of gardening up there in Canada, and so does Cecilia. She does her own garden too, and then she has to deal with her neighbor and all the critters.
Oh, speaking of which, I gotta be right back. I gotta go check something.
Oh, you gotta go check the cage.
Yep.
Did you get melons for that yet?
I didn't get any melons yet. I don't get money until Friday.
Oh, okay. Oh, good morning. Hello, Rob. Hello, Grace. How you?
Hi, Grace.
Doing this evening?
Hi, Rob.
Yeah, I saw the rain. It's been raining all day right there along the middle of the of the U.S. going east. Started out in like the Oklahoma this morning and then been moving east all day. I'm actually surprised it's held together this long. Yeah, so another thing that you can use, you can actually add your own fertilizers if you wanted to the mulch, depending on what plants you're using to grow in. So if you're just using flowers, you want to get like a potassium and phosphorus, helps the roots and also the blooms. You don't have to use a whole lot of nitrogen because that's what actually makes the plant grow. And if you want to give a little bit of boost of getting it nice and green, you can use a product called ironite. Iron is actually what makes the plant green. Everybody thinks nitrogen is. It is not. It is actually going to be, that's what makes it grow. It helps a little bit with green, but not a whole lot. Like I said, when you see the sulfate of ammonia, there's a little bit of sulfur in there, a lot of iron, 21% of nitrogen, lots of salts in that, so be careful. And then you got a 0-0, so 0 on your phosphorus, 0 on your potassium. So like I said, if you wanted to put a little bit of fertilizer in there, I would probably put for 50 pounds, I would probably put in 1 to 2 ounces of triple 16 for the initial fertilization, and that helps it get going. Make sure you can barely see the fertilizer in with that mix. You don't want to see a bunch of those pearls in there. You want to see it kind of sparse. That helps gets it going. But yeah, it's real easy. Well, if you've never dealt with it, it could be overwhelming. But like I said, start small, read. There's several books out on the market to help everybody to get going. I actually have 2 examples of the best books to start in gardening. And I'm talking about gardening as in plants in general, not as a vegetable garden. These are the 2 books that really start out. If you can actually, this one's a little bit easier to get a hold of. So if anybody wants to get a screenshot of that, this is your chance now. Okay, the Sunset Western Garden book. This is a lot older book. This book is about, but I got this in 88 is when I got this book. Tells you how old it is.
They have newer ones.
Yeah, they do have newer ones. They come out with a new one about every 10 to 12 years. And then I just got this one, this year. This is the Sunset National Garden book. This is going to be for the whole nation and Canada. So go ahead and get your screenshot there. Okay. Since I have not been able to find one for the East Coast, Midwest, or anything else like this, this is actually designed for the West Coast. I would call it the Pacific time and Mountain time zones are going to be in here. And this is going to be across the whole U.S. These do have zoning maps, which actually are really helpful.
And fairly accurate.
They are fairly accurate.
Still.
I'm just going to use Arizona as an example. Let that focus up in there. As you can see, that has all the growing zones in there. Sunset uses a 24 zone on this book here. This is the older one, which I actually like this system a lot better than the Ag Department's 8 zone.
Right.
This is more localized. This one here will have all the different plants in here. tells you what the descriptions, and also the zones where they can actually grow. You can get you get most plants to grow in a microclimate if you actually needed to. So these are the best books to start out with. Unfortunately, they don't get into the soil works. It's just all above soil. I have a soils book, but I can't remember where it's at.
Mhm.
But that is like a textbook. I actually need to find a soils book so I can actually notify you guys on how to do it. A lot of people actually do. You can actually do a soils test at home. You see what's in your soil, as in the size of the material that's in your garden or in your yard. You can take a quart jar, a mason jar. You put in about a 1/3 of it of your soil, and take it from different spots in the yard. Mix it all together. Put in 1/3 of that jar is going to be your soil. Then you put in 80% water. Put the cap on there, and you're going to shake it up really good, and let it sit for 4 to 5 days, and then you'll be able to see all the little layers in that jar, and you can do a percentage of what is in the soil. So if you know exactly how many pounds of soil you put in there, how many cubic feet of it compressed, you can actually get it mathematically accurate to what's actually in your yard. Oh yeah, and a lot of people don't realize how much nutrients tomatoes actually take, and they actually like the acidic soil over something like a corn or peppers. Peppers like the more of an alkaline soil. Oh yeah. You have in certain areas you have to add materials to soil. Like I said, my problem here is we're almost all sand. We are approximately 75% sand, little organics. I'd probably say maybe 10% organics, and the rest of it's going to be clay, depending on how deep you go. So that's probably one of the mistakes I had here in my garden. I just don't have enough, good organics that I've mixed in there. Now, there's a difference between that and the hugelkultur too method. The hugelkultur is you actually start breaking down your materials in the container while you are growing out
Shoot.
within the soil on top.
There we go.
Again, it helps hold the moisture in, nutrients for the plants to actually take up. Yeah, because when you plant a plant, so a lot of those roots will go 20, 30 feet, in long, but they're not going to be in straight lines. They're going to wiggle through the soil until they find food. Exactly. That's because they actually pick it before it ripens, so it stays longer on the shelf. So it doesn't have a chance to mature and actually get those nutrients in the plant, or to me, in the product that you're buying. Well, maybe except for corn. Corn is a totally different thing on its own. That's right, CR. Dirt made my lunch.
Any questions?
Any other questions, or should I keep going?
Or is there anything somebody else would like to talk about? Or
Anybody want to add anything? Apparently, he's been gone a while. He must have caught that critter he's been after.
you want some of these chips?
Yeah, I'll sneak a couple of chips. Sorry, guys, I'm gonna go dark. I'm gonna have a couple of chips.
Everybody else eats on screen.
Sorry, I can't eat on screen. I don't know why.
Okay. There's one with the bite out of it. Way too much salt on that one. Yeah,
Yeah.
burned.
By the way, no products from humans or animals in the mulch pile or in your compost.
Oh, sorry. Back.
Success,
Hey, Rob. Hey, Rob.
success, or no success.
No success.
Okay.
I'd be bragging about it if it was, and it'd be all on Ian's credit, not mine.
Ah.
But I did lay out that boat tarp I was telling you about.
Oh, okay. We were wondering. We thought you had success because you were gone for a while.
No. You'd hear me screaming and everything else. No, I figured out why the grass is growing like it is in the place where they had gravel, because I don't think they put any weed barrier down when they put it down.
Probably not.
So I probably have to.
Well, all you need is a couple years of the thatch going on there, breaking down, mulching into the rocks. Then you get a couple of seeds that germinate from the lawn. They'll actually grow on top of that weed barrier.
Well, the thing is, there's no weed barrier. The grass is like if you can't even tell there's rocks there until you walk on it. So I'm going to try to kill off the weeds where I can park my truck where it says there's gravel. So that way I don't have to worry about them saying, "Oh, it's not on gravel. You're going to get fined for it or something." So,
yeah,
you know how picky people are.
Oh yeah, but yeah, like I said, along with a good mulch soil, with composting in your soil, mulch on top, you can actually weather the droughts a little bit better on a smaller scale. It's hard to do it on an acreage scale.
Well, I got something to show you then. Give me a second. Let me finish up what I'm doing. I have to rewrap my right leg because it's just having issues big time. But I got some weed barrier. I picked it up at a yard sale, I think. Or was it a garage sale or somewhere? Let me see. I picked it up at Goodwill.
How many square feet is that?
4x8.
That's
So
not very big.
32 square feet. I was thinking about putting this down in the backyard over where I had the tarp at. And it worked out pretty decent getting rid of the grass. Gravel's down there. I'm going to get rid of the gravel so I can put down some flagstones. Make it easier to walk back there.
A good weed barrier to stop weeds, believe it or not, is carpet.
Well, I do have one outdoor doormat out there right now, but a good one to stop is actually tarp.
Yep.
It kills everything. But yeah, I got this. I'm gonna try it out back there.
Yeah, I see. Yeah.
And I only paid $1.49 for it.
Nice.
So I'm not sure how much it normally is, but I don't know where it originally who puts this out. So I've never heard of Easy Gardener.
Yeah.
Never heard of that.
Yeah.
And that's the only information that's on it. Made in China.
Yeah. Okay. Like everything else.
Yep.
Yeah. Another way that you can tell if you got your mixture really close to being correct is when you take a moist ball of the soil, put it in your hands, squeeze it together really, really hard, and open your hand, and it stays in that ball. And all you have to do is just barely compress it with your finger on top, and it should clump into large pieces. That's when you know you're getting really close to having that good soil for growing your vegetables in. And if anybody loves to have their turf, you can get that mulch. Not the mulch, but the compost. If you get a real fine mixing, like down to like a 1/4-inch mesh, you can sift it so that's that fine, and you can spread that on your lawn. Smooth it out in circles and slow, not fast, with like a mat, and that will actually help your turf as well. And it'll come back really nice. I also believe in using homogenized fertilizers at a low rate for its very first feeding to get some of your vegetables, your perennials to come back, and to follow that up with all your natural fertilizers, such as your like your mulch and your compost. You used to put compost on top of the soil and just water it in, and it'll actually leach in.
Yeah.
You frozen there, Colin?
Yeah, I'm sorry. Reading. I'm listening.
Yeah. Now, a lot of cities will actually have a
There's buck killer.
Huh?
Buck killer.
What about buck killer? What?
Hey, I just want to stop in and say hi.
Oh.
Mulch is better. I gotta go.
Yeah, no, it's actually, you have to have both. You have to have both your mulch and your compost. Yeah, just mulch is on top, compost is in the soil. Sorry, guys, I'm eating at the same time. I haven't eaten since
Lunch.
Like 1 o'clock. Yeah, like I said, you can get some. Like I said, when we started this program with the city of Tempe, where I retired from, we started back in like 2008. We started getting the mulch in. Then we started making our own mulch about 2010, 2011. Is when we'd have the monsoon come through, knock all the trees down, all that debris. They would actually, yeah. Then we just told all the residents, bring it out to the curb, and we'll come by and get it as soon as we can. And our teams did a pretty good job of getting there within 7 days to get it all picked up. They'd take it all to site, chip it, grind it all down, and they would start the pile.
Holy crap! Poor Arkansas.
Hey, Buck.
Yeah.
The whole state's under a tornado watch.
Arkansas?
Yeah.
I know Arkansas has a lot of counties.
I'm just saying.
But they're all tiny. Yeah, so, yeah. When I retired from the city, we had a pretty good mulch program. Actually helped get that one going. Because we always needed the mulch for the soccer fields. And it was expensive to get it. So we just started making our own. And we dramatically dropped the price of having to purchase sod by the semi-loads. Yeah, we actually got down to 3 semi-loads a year instead of our usual 10 to 12 that we would order. And the turf actually lasted longer into the winter because the cells of the plant were a lot stronger for the abrasion. Why would you do that?
Do what?
Oh, Ajax got a 44 for trapping season. I don't think you need anything that big.
Just in case, you never know.
Yeah, just defend yourself from something else and stop.
So you have what? Buffalo traps?
Yeah, buffalo traps.
Buffalo traps? Hog traps?
I can see it for hogs, yeah. But you need. I was at 22.
Well, you don't know what's going to come up into your trap. It could be something you don't want to touch.
Yeah.
Right.
Like a bobcat or something he's not trying to trap or doesn't have a license for.
Yeah. Well,
I know they're fur bearing and he does trapping and stuff.
Yeah. But yeah, just getting out there, starting. You can actually start all your mulching and also your composting. Real easy. Just keep them separate. You start with your mulch, get it all, start breaking down. Then the composting will come after that once it breaks down. You got a chamber to 22 LR. Okay. So yeah, so you get it, just get it going, get it started. You got to get it started first. That's the hardest part, is getting it started. And make sure before you go on to a long vacation, make sure you got something there or somebody there to come and tend to it for you, so it doesn't spontaneously combust or dry out.
Ask Colin if he's got anything new going on.
What was that?
Ask Colin if he has anything new going on.
So anything new going on for you there, Colin?
Getting my van worked on tomorrow. Got mailing out letter to Cecilia on Friday. Got my appointment for my heart tomorrow, where I get authorized for surgery for my knee. So I'm going to pass my cardiac appointment tomorrow in order to get my surgery done. So that's what's up for me tomorrow. I have to be in there like 8:15 tomorrow morning, but I get paid for it because I don't have to sign out from work. So, but I did lose a day's work yesterday due to the fact of with the van being what it was.
Down, yeah. You get wrote up for that, didn't you?
I did not yet, but because I'm on light duty, there's not like they're missing me for doing something vital or anything like that. But we are also short-handed. So I don't know what's going on. They may write me up. They may not. I have no idea. But I have to find out.
Yeah.
But I did notify them when it happened. I mean, we literally hadn't even left town yet when it happened. So they were notified well within the parameters, and it was circumstances beyond my control. And it still cost me $75 just to get the thing towed to our house. So
good night, Ajax.
Good night, Ajax.
Night, Ajax. Oh yeah, I can just understand he's hanging out with his girlfriend. I'm hanging out with mine too. She's right there.
Right.
Yep.
And you're hanging out with yours.
Yep, I am.
So there we go. Other than that, Jenny is working on some new yarn stuff for her dice bags. She's going to be planning on making some new dice once she gets her workspace cleared up. And she's got an electric unit on her foot to help heal her bones.
Yeah, I saw the remote.
Yeah, she's got it right there on her foot.
Rob said he spent the day in the ER.
Ooh, what's wrong?
You or somebody else?
I hope it's not you. I mean, that would be really bad. If it's your wife, even worse. A dancing cactus toy? What? I was sitting down all day, as a person should be, light duty.
Hey, Cliffy.
Here,
There's
Cliffy. Hey, Grace, how you doing? Sorry I missed you. I was away.
Waiting for Cliff to get up here.
Put the link down again, in case you can't find it.
Well, I have it at the top.
Is it? Oh, it is. Okay.
Yeah.
I wasn't on the right page. I was on the StreamYard side.
Sorry, still outside doing some intensive yard work. Also working on some projects that really need to be finished.
See, let's play. Let's guess the project. He's working on a new
Trellis for the loofah.
Yeah, what I don't know what is he planning on selling the loofah, using the loofah, handing them away for free? What's the deal?
I think it's a novelty right now.
I know people can sell them fairly quickly on like Etsy and stuff, but that's about all I know. I know I see them a lot in farmers markets.
Oh,
that's not good.
That's really bad.
Yeah, it is.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
Do they know exactly where in your leg it is, and can they
Remove it.
isolate it?
Yeah, I guess it's just about time. Huh?
Because that's not something to joke about right now. Because
No, it's not.
prayers to you, brother. Please, folks, pray for corn-fed Rob, please.
Well, if they got it all, or if they found it all early enough, oh yeah, you'll be okay.
They might be able to remove it, but it depends.
And get it repaired, yeah.
Oh, he's got to have a stent put in. Okay.
Okay. That'll help strengthen up that the walls of that.
Yeah,
of
I'm
that,
familiar with the procedure.
Yeah.
But I've never heard of it being put in a leg, though.
Yeah. How close was it bursting though? That's the question.
Yeah, that's true. And he's going to be on rehab for a little bit because I don't know. If you want to have somebody to hang around you when you limp around with you, I can help you. We can go do some dock fishing. Find a nice dock I can get to, and we can sit and fish off a dock somewhere.
Yeah, the rascal races.
The what?
The rascal races.
What's that?
Wacky races.
No, the little rascals that you ride on the motorized little chairs.
I don't have one of those. I'll have.
Yeah,
I probably
no,
have.
I'm imagining you, you and Rob racing up and down the docks.
He'd still beat me. They probably put me on crutches or something once I get my knee thing going.
All right, Dad. Good night. Yeah, like I said, also
You'll get a walker.
Yeah, but so that mulch is also good for not mulch, but the compost is also really good for growing in pots.
Looks like Grace wants one of Cliff's loofahs.
Yeah, there we go. Dockside rascal jousting. With punchy gloves on the end of them, yeah. Oh, yeah, that'd make your leg tired. Oh, yeah.
It's twice the size of my other leg. Apparently, it's preventing the blood from reaching the rest of my leg.
Well, like I said, hopefully they got them all early enough for you. I'd get you all repaired.
Oklahoma tornado.
Yeah, because that could help him lose his leg if he's not to get it take care of real quick.
Oh, let me take a look at the radar here real quick here.
Oklahoma, Arkansas.
Oh yeah, it's yeah. I see the thunderstorm. It's right there along the Missouri, Arkansas border, and a little bit into Oklahoma, just east of Tulsa, north of Fort Smith.
Okay.
And we got a good line going right now, just north and west of Dallas.
Yeah.
And between Dallas and San Antonio. It'd be nice if we got some of that. See if it holds. Alrighty, I just had to take a quick look at the radar on lightningmaps.org. Look, let me get a string guard here. Yeah, so I'm just waiting for the Cliff to get done, and then he can come in here and sit down and
get drunk.
No, that's on Saturdays.
What?
Well, he doesn't have to work tomorrow either. Tomorrow's his day off.
Yeah.
Still listening. Replying will be slow. Like I said, he's already been doing hygge culture. I just now started this year. I don't think I got it going well enough. I don't think I put enough big stuff in there. Not only that, it's also kind of shallow too. So I was just trying it out. I might have to make my planters a little bit taller. I should be able to grow them next year. Next year, I'm gonna try and put stuff straight into the ground. But I just need to get more compost and more mulch. If anybody with what the difference is, mulch is gonna be in the bags that you see that are big wood chips, and the compost is gonna be like your Miracle Grow.
Right.
That is a big fancy name for yeah. So anybody else have anything that they want to chime in on the experiences that they've had using?
I have
product?
none.
I was talking about in the chat.
Iliac artery aneurysm. I've heard of that one when I was going through training. Hey, love.
I'm gonna be right back. I'm gonna get some more coffee. As I must have more coffee.
Cliff is growing loofahs.
Nice.
Everybody's chiming in. They want a loofah.
Yeah, I wonder if he's got any blooms yet.
Do you have any requests? Jenny does not want one of your loofahs.
Does not.
Does not.
But that's okay.
That's okay, she says.
For everybody else.
More for everybody else. But what if he gets offended that you don't want one?
What?
What if he gets offended that you don't want one?
He'll get over it.
Fine.
I was just messing with Jenny.
Yeah.
And I don't think Cliff would be offended. But oh, let's see here. I don't know much about gardening as much as you guys, to be honest. I mean, can I plant something and hopefully it will grow? Yep. That's about it. I did happen to find something when I was looking for the envelope. My seeds, which I got from Alabama. I got a whole bunch of my seeds here. So if I could finally get a tiller in the backyard, I can start doing something. I don't know what I could plant this late in the year to do anything. But we did have some accidental plantings that I might have questions about, though.
Oh yeah, you can transplant them too.
No. Jenny has this bird feeder,
Oh yeah,
and some stuff fell down, and it grew. What was that one stuff, hon? Sorghum. She had some sorghum come up.
okay.
What do we do with sorghum? I know it's a sweetener of some kind, but that's all I know.
I'm not familiar with it, so we probably have to have Cliff on that one.
I didn't know. I don't know anything about winter crops, because when we get winter, we get winter.
Winter.
Yeah. So I don't know if anything would even survive.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, I know. I need to start this November. I need to get my all my onion seeds, my onion bulbs, and the garlic into the ground. Then
I mean, I would actually have to. I've heard that you would have to heavily mulch the ground before you could, if you're going to plant this late in the year. And I don't have any of that. And with my knee being what it is right now, I don't have the ability to do something like that. Physically unable to do that kind of work.
yeah. Cecilia says you can plant garlic in October and harvest in July. Remember, I also have a shorter winter than you do, Cecilia.
I don't. I have a long winter too.
Oh no, like I said, I put those up away.
One
I got
thing.
one.
Oh, go ahead.
We ordered. There we go. That's better. We ordered these little baggies online from Walmart.
Yes, I did.
I've already got one full of onion seeds already.
Let's see. Here's my seeds right here that I got.
Yeah.
And give me a second here.
And pepper seeds that I grew from this year.
Okay, here's what I got here. That's cumin. That one is. I'm not sure if you can read that one. Anise.
And
Oh,
anise, yeah.
Anise. Grow for the birds. I'd rather have the sunflowers for the birds.
Balsam peppermint stick. I'm not familiar with that one.
Grow some candy canes. Lemongrass. Make sure you keep those in pots. They will get out of hand. And peppermint.
I might grow peppermint because I like peppermint. It smells good, and it's just one of those things. You make good tea. Okay, this one here I'm not sure on because I've always heard that yarrow was poisonous.
I
Yellow
can't remember. Yarrow is a certain herb. I can't remember.
Sorghum.
Huh?
Like sorghum.
Everfew.
It's a root.
Oh, gold ball. Okay.
Not familiar with this one. I don't know idea what
Neither
it
am
is.
I.
And the last one I have. Oh, these are more herbs than anything else. Medicinal herbs.
Yeah.
But that's a good one right there for toothaches.
Mhm.
But those are my. This is my herb garden. Wait, I got more. Oh, I missed one. What did I miss? Yeah, I'm not familiar with this one either. Borage.
Neither am I.
Herbology is not my strong point. Wait, I got more. I got another one. Oh, this one's just dill.
Oh, dill. Yeah.
But these came from Alabama. And I plan to plant them, but I just don't know what to do with them because I'm not proficient.
Yeah, the mint and the lemongrass, you want to keep those in pots. Keep them good and moist.
Yeah.
If you have it straight in the ground, they will take over.
Okay. Will they choke out other weeds?
Oh, they'll choke out everything,
Okay.
especially the mint and the lemongrass.
No, the mint, I do want to plant the peppermint because they make good tea and that kind of thing. So
Again, make sure it's in a pot.
yeah. Oh, I got a list.
And also, late afternoon or mid-afternoon shade will help.
Oh, they even gave me instructions.
Awesome.
So I'm going to have to use the instructions for this and make sure I get my peppermint in the ground. Because like I said, I prefer peppermint because you can use it for tea or other things.
Oh. Cecilia says you can DM her, and she'll talk you through it.
Oh, well, I'm not in any position to do so right yet. I want to make sure I have the capability of planting things all at once. But I will use her as a resource. I plan to.
Start small and then work your way larger.
Well, I want to do cat grass for a reason. We have cats. Catnip, same reason. And peppermint and anything like that for teas. I know peppermint's good for people who are sick. And Ian likes mint tea just like Jenny does. I will let you know, let's just say, when I do.
And also make sure you check your soil conditions of what they prefer as well. Some of those will like to have their feet wet, and some do not like to have their feet wet for long.
I just know that our backyard has not been used as a garden for a very long time. And the ground that I want to put the garden in used to be a dog pen. So
yeah, I'm pretty sure that's leached out by now.
But the thing is, the grass should be pretty fertile, or the ground should be pretty fertile right there, though, because there was no rocks there or anything else. I just got to till it up. Or I'm not sure what kind of tiller to use other than just a straight tiller. Like I said, that's a whole different ballgame. I am not a gardener any way, shape, or form. I am a bow hunter. So container gardening and small pot gardening is probably going to be my best bet. Usually try to plant what I'm planning on either eating or using. Because if it's not in my wheelhouse that I need or right away, then I probably won't do it. To be honest. Is it okay? Okay, feverfew. Okay, hon, do you know what feverfew is?
What?
Feverfew. Are you familiar?
Yeah.
We have seeds and stuff for that.
Yeah.
Do
So,
what besides
Sunflower
cereal,
oil,
what do we need?
probably some sort of.
Oh,
Well, I'm not sure about if Miracle Grow would count, but yeah, because that's all I know how to use. But I'm an idiot when it comes to growing stuff.
Yeah,
We do have some small sunflowers that grew under the bird feeder, small ones.
yeah, those are gonna be the black sunflowers.
Like sunflower, black eye Susan, that kind of thing.
Yeah, they're gonna be like the black sunflowers. The small little black ones, like what the cardinals like to eat.
Well, this is like
Small
they actually get pretty tall, about that tall. So they get pretty big. I actually showed one off on the stream. I gave one to Jenny. She put it in water and it kept blooming for like 2 weeks. So
Yeah, unfortunately, there's not gonna be enough nutrients for the seeds to mature. Unfortunately.
yeah, well, there's more still out there growing underneath the thing, but that's why I was wondering about the sorghum, because I'm not sure exactly what to do with it, other than pulling it out of the ground or cutting it down when we mow.
Yeah, like I said, this is for you and for anybody else who's never done any gardening before. Start small. Don't go full out, blown out. Just start small. Start in a couple of containers. If you want to start in the soil, you're going to have
Very
to
funny,
do a
CR.
small little area by itself. Okay, then as you get more experience, then you can go a little bit more area that you can garden.
My suggestion is, because I'm not a gardener, but grow what you plan to eat.
10-4. Yeah. Or you can trade.
Well, start with what you can eat first.
Start with what you can. Yeah. I mean, you can still get a lot of food out of 200 square feet. You can get a lot.
Well, I plan on, I want to do potatoes because we love potatoes. Carrots, I've never been good with carrots at all. Not sure why. I mean, I follow the instructions on the package and everything else. It still doesn't grow. I must be something I'm doing wrong.
Yeah. I couldn't keep water on a lot of my stuff here. It was
Beans,
just taking me forever to water.
cucumbers, and melons, such as cantaloupe or muscatine melons, always grow well here.
And like I said,
Watermelons too.
You can also learn to can too, jar.
We never really learned to can yet.
Yeah,
But right now,
not
we're not
hard.
good in the kitchen really well right now with both of us being laid up. So it's kind of hard to do stuff like that. But doesn't mean we don't want to. It's just trying to fit in stuff.
Yeah. What I found out about carrots is water them and leave them alone.
That's what I did. I watered them when they needed. When the garden got watered, I just put out the sprinkler and let the sprinkler water them. Then shut it off when I needed to.
But the soil conditions is a big part with a lot of the rooting vegetables.
What vegetables do you eat on the regular, Jason?
Oh, let's see, radishes, of course, tomatoes, potatoes, Brussels sprouts, broccoli, cauliflower,
Cabbage.
yeah, a lot of cabbage.
We can't do cabbage because Jenny can't eat it. She has a condition. The IBS doesn't allow her to digest
I said,
those leafy green vegetables.
Yeah, carrots,
Except for spinach. She can eat spinach.
peas, beans, yeah.
But raw spinach, not
Yeah.
cooked spinach.
I mean, like I said, it was a complete failure this year for me, but I'm trying to find out this climate where to plant, and then plus we were hit with such a large drought this year. It
Yeah.
made it a little bit tougher, and I've been dumping gallons, thousands of gallons, on this garden, and it's just not working out.
So I got a question for you about transplanting wild found vegetables into your home garden. Like asparagus grows wild in the ditches here,
yeah. Oh yeah, asparagus you can move. Yes.
but I know it has to be mature and all that other stuff. But it's wild. It's sitting in the ditches. I'm not sure how much of a root ball you dig up, but
There's a couple of channels if you look it up on YouTube with YouTube University. You can actually dig down about 10 inches,
okay.
okay, and get that bed prepped because you need your sand, you need your mulch. You want it kind of a well drained, but you don't want it to drain fast. And you can build little mounds in there, and then you put your roots up on top of there, like a cone, and you spread it on top of there.
Mm-hmm.
Then you can fill that plant in for the first season. And you're going to grow it down into a trench about that far down, about 1.5 feet wide. You can go as long as you need, and you put them in about every 12 to 14 inches.
No, I'm not doing multiple plants. One big one.
You need multiple.
I don't know if I'm going to be able to find multiple. I mean, usually when I find it, it was like usually one big plant.
Yes.
That's like big.
No, you don't get a big old giant yield off of asparagus.
Well, I know that, but the
Then you
thing
have to
is,
wait
I don't
3
eat a lot
years.
of asparagus anyway. She does.
Yeah, you need about 3 years before you can even harvest it.
That's why I'm saying the ones in the ditches are mature.
Yeah,
So,
I would go and harvest them from the ditches.
well, that's what I did before. But the thing is, it's not always going to be convenient to get to that particular point, that spot back again. So I figured we'd move the whole thing because it is a perennial, right, or annual, or whatever it is.
It is a perennial. It can live up to 20 years.
So that's what I mean. You get the whole thing and just move it
That's
to.
why I'm doing mine in
Raised bed.
certain areas, and then next year I'll have another area where I'm going to put some asparagus in.
They're about 14 to 15 miles away from us right now, in in the ditches outside of Monroe, Iowa.
Yeah.
And I discovered them when Ian was a baby, and I didn't recognize them. Someone else did, and the thing is, if I can find like 2 or 3 mature plants and transplant them to my yard, then that would help Jenny out because she loves asparagus. Not me, mind you, but she does.
Now, you want to dig up about 12, 14, 18 inches around it. Get up underneath it, and then you're going to put it in like a large bucket of water, and you're going to shake all the soil off of it when you get it home so you can replant it into some better soil.
I was going to put it in a big bucket of Miracle-Gro soil or something like that.
You can
or something like that.
You're going to mix that Miracle-Gro in with that soil.
Then, the potting soil is not good enough?
Water it back in, yeah. Huh?
The Miracle-Gro potting soil is not good enough?
Oh, no, you need some of that native soil in there.
Oh, well, like I said, I got to find
it doesn't have all the micronutrients that the plants need.
I meant until we get the ground prepped, it's going to just do like a temporary holding spot is what I was thinking.
No, if you put it temporary, just dig up the plant and put it in a pot. Leave all the soil in it.
Okay. Hey, Blake.
Temporary. I mean, you can get that's up, Blake. You can actually get it to grow in a pot. Because I did it. In a very large pot. I am actually looking forward to next year we get to do our very first harvest of our asparagus. It's taken me 3 years.
Well, like I said, I'm not an asparagus fan. Jenny is, but I'm willing to dig up several native plants in order to get her what she needs. And if that will save us a big bunch of work by getting something that's already mature, we don't have to worry about waiting years for it.
Yeah, and like I said, out of my 18 seeds I planted, I got to put 12 in the ground.
Good for you.
Yeah, I mean they're already this tall already, so I just sit there and just let them go.
Has anybody ever been able to get celery to grow?
Yes.
Okay, because I've tried that. I got nothing, just like my carrots. It may be the ground we have. I don't know.
I did mine in a pot. I mixed the my compost in with the native soil there in Arizona. I did a 25-75 mix, as in the compost 25%, and I had it in the afternoon shade.
I've got those starter trays.
Morning
that
sun,
we found.
afternoon shade,
I've
and
got
it
those
was doing wonderful.
You know those starter trays that has a little
Yeah.
the little peat thing you put water on and then it
Yeah.
expands. We got a bunch
Yeah.
of those. We can use those, I guess, to get them going.
Yeah. Mhm.
Okay, thank you, Cecilia. Celery, not salary. I
Yes,
actually
but yeah.
like celery.
Yeah, no, oh yeah, it's great with peanut butter and or cream cheese.
Okay, I'll try it and see what happens.
Yeah, in Arizona, I had it on the east side of the
Jason, you
house.
didn't catch it.
What?
She wants to
I'll
grow
try
her
it.
salary.
Oh yeah,
I'll try it and see. I'll try it once. No, I love peanut butter, folks. It's just that the fact is I can't eat it. It gives me a upset stomach because it kills. No.
no. Well, anyways, like I said, I had celery growing in Arizona, in all places there in the valley. I just had it there on the east side of the house. It got sun until around about noonish, and then after that, it was in the afternoon shade, so it didn't get a chance to get overheated.
Well,
And
is
and
that
I also
there
had
or
it in a
is that
pot.
in Arizona?
That was in Arizona.
Well,
Yep.
now you got different conditions you got to deal with.
There's Cliff. Oh yeah, like I said, now I have totally different conditions.
Learning how to work with it.
Oh, by the way, Cliff, Jenny does not want one of your loofahs.
That's fine. She doesn't want it. She won't get it. I gotta grow some first. So far, I haven't gotten anything.
No, Cliff,
To
I was trying to get you
answer
offended.
your
See if you can get her to
question-
you.
From earlier, no, I have no idea about your freaking weird leaf things that are growing in your yard. Your was it borage or whatever you were talking about?
Sorghum.
Sorghum. Yeah, I got no idea about that one. You'd have to ask one of the Canadian gardeners.
I've heard about
And
sorghum.
to
I've heard of
answer
sorghum,
Jason's
but I don't know
question
anything
from
about
earlier, no, I still don't have any flowers on it.
Uh,
it. Jenny did a plant search with her phone, and it came up sorghum. I thought it was something sugary type things,
Well, it's a leafage. I believe you can eat it as like a salad filler.
I guess I can-
It's a cereal grain, apparently.
Hmm.
Um,
And color me wrong.
Is that what they put in Sunny Boy porridge?
so I don't know. I'm trying to look more about it. It's in the grass family, same as maize, blues,
Wait,
Big
sorghum
blue
is a
stem.
stabilizer.
and it's related to sugar cane.
Yeah, it's a stabilizer.
It's sorghum or broom corn is the genus of 25 species of flowering plants in the grass family. Some of these are grown as cereals for human consumption.
Yeah,
Pastures
okay, so it's
for animals,
yeah, probably
and
Sunny Boy
crystals for
cereal.
brooms. It's the same stuff you make brooms out of, apparently.
That brooms are most brooms
Yeah.
are made out of plastic.
Yeah,
No,
I'm
the-
not paying for a box of Sunny Boy to be shipped here. It's too expensive.
17 of the 25 species are native to Australia. Interesting.
Well, I said ask the Canadians.
But the thing is, they're not grown in Canada.
Ooh, you'd be surprised how many Canadians grow sorghum.
They're in Nigeria, the U.S., the Sudan, Mexico, Ethiopia, India, and others,
I don't know. Saskatchewan gets pretty hot in the summertime.
which includes Argentina, China, and Brazil. So there you go.
Now,
Sorghum
anyway,
flour.
before I get too far behind on this, Hello,
Oh,
Jason. Hello,
like
Colin. Holly. Hello,
Hi,
Jenny.
Cliffy.
Cecilia. CR. Grace, if you're still in here.
Jenny.
I did say Jenny.
Yes,
No.
you
Got
did.
her right after you.
Oh, the Chinese use sorghum flour to make noodles.
Dang, is my YouTube that? Oh, damn, my YouTube's all far behind.
You want me to make a compost heap there, Cecilia? Right now I'm trying to kill the grass around the gravel so I can prove to the city that my trailer is not sitting on grass.
God, if you want to do that, cover it with plastic for about 3 weeks.
I have some black boat tarp.
Yeah, put that on her.
That was in my back of my bed of my truck when I bought it. So that's probably why my truck looks so good as it does. So I laid it out next to it, and I figured 3 weeks of that doing that way, it'll be nothing but gravel.
Oh yeah, it'll kill the grass. Also hide it under 6 inches of mulch. That'll kill the grass too. But then you got to find the rocks.
Yeah, I have to have the rocks showing. When you look on the satellite portion, you remember I showed you the satellite portion of my house?
Yeah.
You could see the gravel. It's still showing that picture from 3 years ago.
That's because that's how long it takes Google to update their stuff. They're
Oh,
lazy.
we may be on Google Earth, or Google Maps, by the way. We had a Google vehicle drive past our house yesterday while we were sitting on the
Were
front
you
porch.
in the yard?
Were you in the yard?
We were sitting on the front porch, on the deck, waiting for Jenny's cab to come. And
No. See, if you know they're coming down the street, you can
We
quick
saw
run
them.
out there, have
We saw
Ian lay on the ground, and you have a shovel in your hand
no,
as they drive by.
we were doing like the we're just sitting on the front stairs of our house, so they could see us. We watched them turn around and come back around and everything else. So they're updating their Google Maps.
Maybe. There's nothing in there.
So, Cliff, are you going to dig up your hugelkultur planters this year, or dig in them and see how they're doing?
That's kind of what I was doing in one of them, but I forgot to check how far down. I only went down about 6 inches because I was trying to break up all the soil. So the front bed that I had next to my gate, that's next to that round planter, I cut down the one that I just did a recent video of, the carrot savings, the seed saving for the carrot seed processing. That same day, I cut everything in that planter down, and I just laid it on the top of the planter. It sat there for a whole week. I just finished mulch. I mulched everything, seeds and all. Did not care. I only need 2 flower heads, and I have more than enough seeds to plant an entire freaking Pandora's box worth of stuff. Yeah, I'm gonna have blisters in the morning. That's gonna suck. But yeah, I saved like 3-4 heads, some big ones, and then I'll replant all that. But I'll dig that down tomorrow, and I'll check on that.
Yeah. How long have you been doing that? That one? 3
That
years?
first bed this is actually 3 years. I started that in the summer of 2020.
Yeah, like I said, I'm excited. I'm going to have our own asparagus next year. I won't get much out of it because it's only going to be one plant.
Well, if you really want me to, I can run out there real quick with a shovel and see how far down it goes and see if I hit anything solid.
No, just do a video of it. An update.
Could do that.
Yeah. Do a quick little 7 to 10 minute update.
Because I know my second bed, when I was the one next to it, when I was doing that one, I was putting something in there. I was nailing something in, and I hit a log. But I mean, I was putting logs down there that were freaking 4 or 5 inches wide, not diameter, straight across. And those suckers I was putting branches, sticks, twigs, mulch. I was burying all leaves. I was burying all kinds of stuff in there. I probably put about 12 inches of leaves in there.
Oh, yeah. Keep the sun off of the grass, not grace.
Oh, sorry, I have no chat right now. I apologize, folks. I forgot to pop out my chat.
Well, yeah, like I said, she's talking about to Colin about putting down something down. You get go to the grocery store, and any boxes of packages you get, you can just open it up and cover up the area.
Yeah, boxes will work. Throw a couple of layers of boxes under, but the problem is with that, the minute you do it, you start getting cockroaches.
And was it the silver bugs?
Oh yeah, silverfish.
Silverfish. That's it. And grasshoppers, and you also get crickets. Crickets are just another form of a cockroach.
Yeah, it was. Did nobody freaks out when they grab a cricket? Everyone freaks out when you grab a cockroach.
I freak out with a cricket, so don't even go there. I don't like this feel of it moving in my hand.
I don't mind them, honestly. I've grabbed them and just chucked them. I get bored sometimes. I'll find big old spider webs and I'll try to find a cricket I can get and I'll stick it on the spider web.
Oh, you're so nice.
Gotta give my spiders something to eat. They're the ones that keep most of my bugs away.
I got rid of the what was it called? Dang it, brain freeze. Not hornets, but wasps by our front door. Sprayed them a ton. Huh?
Did you whack them good?
Well, I used my ortho with bug killer on them. I soaked their hive down immensely because they're right behind our shutters, our fake shutters on the front of the house.
And you left the old one there, right?
Yeah.
Okay, good. That means no vacancy for the other wasp.
I just soaked the whole thing it was like dripping.
Yeah, don't knock it down.
Oh, I can't reach it.
No, leave it there.
I couldn't reach it if I wanted to. It's behind it.
Okay.
Good. Don't touch it.
I
I just
thought you were talking about like one of those paper wasps that goes up underneath the eave of your house or by your door.
Well, they're by my door, but they're behind the fake shutters.
Yeah.
So I soaked them till they were coming out like one at a time, getting the ground.
Yeah, but I don't know. Just having cardboard boxes laying on the ground looks pretty awful.
Well, that's why you throw the boxes down. You throw a couple layers of the boxes, and then you throw the black tarp on top of it. It doesn't look as bad with a tarp on the floor because everyone's just like, oh, there's a tarp on the floor. But the minute you start covering your freaking yard with cardboard boxes,
oh no, can't have that.
All hell breaks loose, and everyone's like, oh no, they're trashy.
Yeah, especially after it rains, try and pick them up then.
I think I went a little too far on that. No, they sealed that bag really weird.
And there we go. Oh, it's actually raining in Fort Worth right now.
Oh, it rained over here for like 2 days.
Yeah, lucky son of a gun, you.
Yeah, I finally got rain. You know how long I've been waiting for it?
Shorter than us.
About as long as Cecilia's been waiting for sunlight. Yeah.
No, like I said, I think we're going on week 9, week 10 for us. I mean, we had 1 or 2 days of rain in between, but it wasn't enough to do anything.
I was on like month 4 without rain.
Yeah, Cecilia's still waiting for sunlight.
Yeah, I finally got a decent amount of rain. I actually managed to fill half of all our water barrels.
Oh, that's good.
I already emptied out one. I already went through 44 gallons today just watering my front yard plants. And I still busted out the hose because I had to work on the planter that I did my hugelkultur method on. And yeah, I really got to check on that. But that soil, man, that stuff, the top probably 6-8 inches of that was absolutely dry.
Ooh.
I haven't had anything in it other than carrot stalks with carrot seeds on them, so I haven't not grown anything over there.
Yeah. Now, I'm just wondering if it was still moist there in the old logs.
Well, I'd have to dig down a little further.
Yeah.
It only, like I said, only went about 6 inches, and then I just moved everything around and kind of all the like dry leaves and stuff and like little stems. I kind of mixed it in with the dirt to give it a little bit more compost action. Now,
Yeah.
another answer Colin's another question from Colin earlier. Radishes.
Oh yeah.
I don't like radishes.
Then
They're
plant
easy.
lettuce.
Huh?
Lettuce.
Jenny can't eat lettuce.
She can eat spinach.
She can eat
But you
spinach.
can. But you
Don't ask me
can.
why the difference is, but raw spinach is fine, but cabbage and lettuce, no.
And plant spinach. Spinach has a fairly short grow time.
No, it's because she got IBS. She has trouble with her inner,
Try
digestion.
the cellulose with the cells.
The what?
But spinach has a short growing time.
Yeah. Well, I like spinach raw. I don't like to cook it. I like it raw, like a salad. I'm okay
Yeah.
with it.
What most people do is spinach, unless you're freaking Popeye.
I'm not Popeye. I'm not, I was never in the Navy.
I said just grow spinach. The stuff grows pretty quick. Other than standard herbs, even now you can start herbs.
Yeah.
I just had a bunch of herbs I just showed off earlier. I'm not sure I think you missed them.
No, I heard them.
I got a
Yeah,
list.
Cliff, let me know when you start doing your planting your garlic and your onions, and I'll do it at the same time.
Too, right?
I don't know if I have garlic. Onions, I think I do somewhere. Definitely want to be doing the peppermint though in pots or something because I'm not sure about
Do
peppermint.
not,
Huh?
do not plant mint in the ground. You will regret that decision after 1 year.
Why is that?
Because they spread like wildfire.
Mint is as bad as a spreader as ivy.
What about strawberries?
Strawberries you can plant on the ground. They don't care.
They take over everything too.
It takes them a lot longer. You can
But they're strawberries. You can control them.
yeah, you can keep them under control. They're not going to be a prolific grower like mint is.
But strawberries taste better.
Oh yes.
I'm saying you can grow strawberries in the ground. Just get like a little patch of them. Just start off like 1 foot wide, 2-3 feet long, and just plant them in rows on little hills.
Yeah. Because strawberry shortcake is just amazing.
Whatever you do, do not get the everbearings. Everbearings will grow continuously, but you have to have them in a warm climate to do so. If you're going to get strawberries, get the like the big strawberries, the big strawberry plants.
I'll let
Hey,
you guys
Buck
know
Killer,
when I
how's
get
it
to that point.
Buck Killer is back. How you doing?
I'll help you. Just send me a message and I can help out whenever.
So you look. I guess if he's eating spoiled cabbage, that means he's probably eating coleslaw
Yep.
or sauerkraut, which I don't like sauerkraut at all.
I love sauerkraut.
Jenny likes it. I don't.
Yeah, I've got the great Cecilia. I've got the ever-bearing strawberries too, man. I'm still pulling strawberries off randomly here and there. Let me just keep going.
Now, what is the stuff? I know you don't eat a lot of vegetables that you grow, Cliff, but what vegetables do you eat?
Carrots, radishes, apples.
You can't. You don't have an apple tree yet, do you?
Yeah, I've got an apple
Yeah.
tree with like 7 apples on it.
Yeah.
Okay, then you must.
His trees are what 4 or 5 years ahead of ours.
Probably
Why it's so little? Usually they have a lot more on them.
because the tree is only like 4 feet tall.
Oh, is it a dwarf variety?
Yes.
It's a baby.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay.
No,
so
I bought for my property. I brought dwarf variety trees. The biggest they'll get is about 10 feet.
Okay.
Well, Buck Killer, that's because you're a growing kid. You're going to eat a lot more.
What do you mean?
Oh, Buck Killer.
Who is Buck Killer though?
A young YouTuber.
I mean, I followed him. I just don't know who he is. Where he from?
I think he's Midwest. I think.
Well, I'm Midwest.
I can't remember.
He's Colin says, "Who's blood
Why
killer?"
is there not a Mid-East if there's a Midwest?
Oh, because it was taken many, many
He
years
doesn't,
ago.
he doesn't have anything on his about page.
It's in
Oh,
Western.
Western Pennsylvania. Okay.
Oh, so he's near Jeff.
Yeah.
We
Like I
have
said,
somebody who lives out that way.
he's still young. So,
Oh, hey, you're getting bucks.
Ain't even a
You're better than
teenager.
me.
Just a pup.
yeah, he's not too far from Shooter 1721.
And Jeff.
Yeah.
Man, he knows he's a baseball player, and he's got a Red Ryder B2B gun.
Nice.
He's also got a lever action pellet rifle.
Mhm.
Now you are on the right page, Buck. This guy right here is heavily into air rifles and air weaponry. So there you go. That's your expert right there.
Actually, I'm not just an expert. I'm just.
Oh, he knows he's near Freezer Brown.
Oh, okay.
He's cool. He comes here from
I
time
haven't
to
seen
time.
Freezer in a hot minute.
No, I haven't seen him either, but he does pop in on my
And he's
channel.
also next to PA. 'Cause I think he's on Western Pennsylvania too.
So we got Freezer Brown and Jeff in the same area.
Yeah.
But Jeff is up near
And Buck.
I think I remember him from Chopper Jay's channel too, as well.
okay. That's cool. If you want to know about gardening, you talk to this guy and this lady up here. Archery is my area of expertise. Container gardening is also Cliff's area.
I'm good at it. Except for when I grow tiny little things like this, which is kind of annoying.
Oh, yeah.
That's
Hey,
like
it's
not
so
even
edible.
enough for like one breakfast. I need like 2 of those.
I know. I love onions too.
Looks like he's saving
I got a
up
whole
for
bunch.
another air rifle. Jason.
I'm planning
Yeah.
on turning this into a planting onion, so since it's not a huge one, I can use that as a seed onion.
What's your favorite type of onion?
Red?
Green,
I've heard of sweet
All
onions,
of them?
yellow onions, white
red.
onions, red onions.
I like the red ones.
I like the ones like yellow onions or whatever the sweet onions I could put into Irish stew.
Yeah.
white-
I got a question. When was the last time Blake actually put up a video? He needs to start putting up fishing videos again.
He's been busy. He's been having issues at home. So, but he did say
Yeah.
he was working on his boat, so he should be doing something with the boat. Or he was also
He should have finished that one last week. He was putting a hydrofoil on.
Yeah.
he actually was flint napping a arrowhead for me.
Ah.
I think and it looked really good. He found a piece of obsidian, which
He
is
gave
really
up
cool.
on that one. No, I'm just kidding. I have no idea. Yeah, red onions are for salads.
I like to fish, Buck. I am one of the worst fishermen ever. I
Gotta
have
start
fun
somewhere.
with it. Huh?
Where is this dirt
Got to
coming
start somewhere.
Well, it's not so much that. It's just the fact is that I love to fish. I don't care about catching anything in particular. I just see what I can catch.
I remember when I was a bad fisherman.
But the thing is, a good fisherman can catch what he wants to when he wants to. I don't.
Yeah.
I can't do that.
No. You know how hard that is for a 5-year-old?
Not as bad as you think. Is the luck factor. You got to think about that.
No. When we hit 13, 14 years old, yeah, it was like game on. Just pluck the fish right out of the water.
Yeah, Ian is that way. I mean, he's the one who can call what he wants to get and go get it. I can't do that. Me,
I'm still trying to talk my dad into doing fishing videos out where he's at.
I want to see your dad do a video on making a fishing pole.
Yeah, I'm trying to get him to do it.
A simple, maybe an ice fishing pole, something small, something you could do like an afternoon or something, a couple hours. I don't care, just because he's got skill.
Oh yeah. He's also got the patience for that.
That's true. When SD and I were at the Brass Armadillo, we did find some ice fishing gear while we were there too. Ice augers. The saddest thing I found was a Shakespeare recurve bow
Mhm.
totally delaminated from tip to tip.
Yeah.
And someone was trying to sell it.
Yeah, I agree with Cecilia. All the onions, just depending on the dish.
How much were they asking for that delamed bow?
As soon as I saw it was delaminated, I did not even begin to look for a price because I mean, the only time I would probably use something or even buy something like that would be if it was the end of the world and I needed a bow. I would have found a way to re-glue everything back together with heavy duty glue and clamps and wraps and stuff like that to get it
Yeah,
usable again.
you would have had to completely delam it, sand it, and then reglue it.
Exactly, and that's a lot of work. I don't,
You
but
don't
it
even
was
have
a
the tools for
Shakespeare.
it either.
It was a
But
Shakespeare
no,
read, so probably
as
about
I'm going to answer
45 pounds or so.
I'm gonna answer Buck's question. There is I like soft plastics.
Night crawlers. That's my go-to bait of choice. Night crawlers.
Those fake fish you pull along and their tail wags. I like those.
Oh, oh my god, I forgot the paddle tails.
Yeah,
Cliff, you caught 3 fish last, on video. I got video proof of that.
Not the first one.
Well, the second one I got you on camera.
The first one I gave to Blake, and Blake lost it. Didn't even catch a fish. Couldn't even catch a fish on a fish.
But
With
he
the
did
large
catch that
fish.
big one though, and he lost lost it. Then ran and caught it and walked it back up to shore. And
Yeah, luckily it had a leash. Otherwise, that sucker would have been gone in the weeds.
you know where he got that leash from me. I think he
Yeah,
took
I
my
know.
that was my stringer that I found.
What's really funny is I actually don't have one in my tackle box for some reason.
yeah. I've
Oh
got
wait,
Buzz,
I
I've
know
got
why
Buzz
I
baits,
don't have one.
baits,
Into that for me, please.
but I rarely catch them on those. I catch
Ian and
most of
I
my
were
fish,
ready to
believe it
go
or not, on
fishing
a top shop.
with SD, but the rain came down too much for us to go do anything. And to be honest, my leg was hurting so bad I didn't feel like doing it anyway. I'm going to have to duck out of here soon, folks, because my leg is starting to hurt. And I also got to tuck Jenny in.
Yeah, I got about 15 or so minutes.
I've got a doctor's appointment tomorrow morning about my heart, so hopefully it'll be good news where I can get my surgery for my knee.
Nice.
Good.
That'll be a good thing, hopefully. But I will keep you guys informed tomorrow what I find out, and hopefully I'll be getting my van worked on tomorrow too. So, yay for that.
Yeah, that would be nice.
That would be a
I
sweet deal
kind of
for
heard
you.
about that one. What happened with that entirely?
The wheel fell off.
Again?
Jenny was with me. It went from not doing anything the day before to making noise and falling off.
So that is now the second vehicle you've just had a tire fall off. Third one?
There was no. It was making brake noises like it needed brakes, which I was going to save up, put some new brakes on, but the wheel thing was totally out of the blue. And we got to the off ramp to go. Went out on the interstate, started making the noise, pulled off, slowed down, wheel fell off as we stopped. Guy pulls up behind us. Turns out he's a mechanic. He's willing to do the work and pay for the parts as long as we pay him back to fix the van in our driveway.
Let's do it.
And he's not going to charge us for the labor. So, yeah. And his
Got
name
lucky
is
with
Tyler,
random
by the way.
comparison.
His name is Tyler.
Oh,
So-
that's hilarious.
That is.
But he's a good guy, and he's willing to do the work. He's from here, or near here anyway. That's what Jenny said. But yeah, hopefully we'll be up and running because we just topped off the tank before all this happened, and it's just a shame that it's sitting in our driveway right now. It didn't damage the tire though, which is really freaky. The wheel usually when the wheel falls off, it's something happens and the holes are all elongated or something like that, damaged. No damage to the rim whatsoever. It's just a freak thing.
Yeah.
So We'll have to wait and
Hopefully,
see.
it didn't just shear off all the bolts, and then you're gonna have to get all that redone.
Oh no, it did.
Oh, it sheared them off completely.
Yeah, all of them.
That's why it saved your rim, because it sheared them off, and then there was no wobble. It just
Yeah.
Yeah, the
snapped
question
them
is
all
what
off.
made it shear.
Wobble, wobble, wobble.
The thing is, it didn't show any noise or anything prior to that. Until yesterday, it didn't make any
No
noise.
warning.
No warning whatsoever. It was weird.
Just that squeaky brake sound.
Yeah, but that was on the. I figured it was on the other tire that didn't fall off. But he's going to replace the brakes, the rotors, and put everything back together for us. And we just got to pay for the parts.
Have them check the other side and make sure there's no
He's
issues.
going
with
to do
that
both
side.
sides.
Well, that's good.
We just got to get it off the ground because I remember someone stole our jack. And the booklet to the van that shows you where the jack up points are, I have no clue where that book has disappeared to because it's not in the glove compartment where it used to be. Yes. Jenny says we never had one. I thought we did.
Well, Google it.
I tried. There's 2 or 3 different versions of our van. I don't know which one. They don't have. Each one is different.
Well, here's the easiest way to do it. Look on the side that has both tires, and it'll be on the exact same side on the other side.
I can't bend down that far. I got to go down on one knee, and I can't do it.
You can also find all the information just by punching in the VIN number.
Well, he's got the VIN number and all that stuff, so he knows more about
This is
than I
the
am.
broken version.
I am not a mechanic any way, shape, or form. And to be honest, there's a lot of people out there saying, "Oh, you can look it up and do it yourself." I physically cannot do that myself. I don't have the inclination or the desire to learn to do mechanics. And does that sound weird? Because I don't have the aptitude for working on cars. It's just not in me. Can I do small things? Sure, but big things, I'm totally clueless about. But hopefully everything by
Coffee. I know you
next
want it.
week will be ready to go, and we'll have the van back shortly.
You got like 12 minutes.
All righty. Well,
But
good luck.
I'm going to
on
let you guys go because I've got to go tuck Jenny in, and then I got to put my feet up for a while.
it. All righty.
Love you
All right.
guys.
Bye.
Have a good evening.
Well,
Have a good day.
Good
You
day.
too.
Goodbye. Good
Bye.
night.
Aha, the last 3 standing.
Blake said it. I didn't have to.
So yeah, Bud Claire said they meant either a Umrex or a Ruger. I recommend the Umrex over the Ruger.
Yeah, Ruger's. Sorry, I kind of want to say overrated at this point.
Well, they used to make pretty good stuff, but like I said, their air guns, they need more work.
Or maintenance. Well, everything has it has a maintenance cost to it.
I said I only got a couple of CO2s from Umrex.
Man, I'm sorry. Ugh.
But yeah, like I said, I'm just looking forward for when you're doing that your Huga culture video.
I did it on like 3 different beds, so I got to see.
Now, were they all 3 years apart?
Oh, I did most of them all within the same year.
Oh, okay.
I think the far one that's by the camper, I did that one 2 years ago. Yeah, I think I did that one about 2 years ago because I didn't have enough material for it at the time.
Oh, he's gonna get something brake barrel. Okay. Yeah. Let's see, either the Umrex or the Diana. They're butt killer.
And yes, Jason actually did peg it earlier, along with Molly, that I was working on one of my trellis systems.
Right?
I got one of them done. I just got to build the other 3.
Is that the one with the was it the one with the berries?
No, that one, that's a permanent fixture. I don't even have to
Oh,
touch
okay.
it. I will not have to touch that one until the thing posts rot out. But
I
I know
think I
that
found
one against
this
the house,
little-
that's a permanent structure. It won't go
Oh,
nowhere.
hold on. Butt Killer, go to pyramidair.com.
Yeah, nice and crispy while I was out there. That's for dang sure. Outside. Yeah, just a little crispy.
Yeah, you can go onto the website. You can ask them for a brochure. They'll send you a brochure.
I definitely, aside from my face, because I was out there actually wearing that cheap ass hat that you brought for the meetup that you bought like 30 of. I
Of
was out
what?
there wearing
That
the
wasn't us.
cheap sun hat. No, Blake.
Oh, Blake. Oh, okay.
Blake saying I look crispy. I was like, yeah, I look crispy except for my face because I was wearing that hat. I wasn't dying out there as bad.
Hey, I wear that hat every day.
It still bugs me that they're crooked.
I've gotten past that.
I can't. Every time I put it on, I see it, and I'm just like, I have to put it sideways, like just cockeyed. Drives me nuts. Yeah, I got the.
All right, this is last year's.
That ugly hat.
Okay, take a screenshot there, Butt Killer.
What kind of pneumatic? 5 tips for improving accuracy. Learning how to aim is one of them.
Did you get that screenshot yet there? I can't see the chat.
Look, like a dried up booger.
Oh, no.
I feel like a dried up booger. It's hot today.
Let's go to ABC.
I'm about to get a whole bunch of hot peppers from my neighbor too, which is gonna be awesome.
Ooh. There's the daisies. There's the Dianas. The Dianas, you're going to pay a little bit more for it, but they are
Worth it.
fairly nice.
No worries, CR. I believe that's when we are ending the live stream, anyways.
About 10 o'clock, yeah.
I think Jason and Molly only stayed on long enough for waited for me because I was busy.
Well, I'm usually on until about 10 o'clock, anyways.
So then you started early, or is
No, I
it
started at
8 o'clock.
normal time then?
Yeah.
I was just late. I wasn't. Well, it took me forever to get the thing attached to the trellis attached to the what the heck is it, the freaking T-posts. I was trying to find a quick way to do it, but then I was just like, you know what, screw the quick way, and I did it the permanent way, and those things will never come off.
No, that's not going to be that much, Cliff. It'll be like half of that.
Wait, what?
You put in $550?
Oh, I put 750.
Or $750, yeah. No, they run anywhere between $300 to $400
Oh, okay.
for the Dianas. But that's something he will probably, if he takes really good care of it, he'll probably pass it on to his kids. Like when he's way old.
Cecilia.
Right.
Don't gotta worry about no sun hats because she ain't got no sun. I'll send y'all my sun. If y'all send me some more rain.
Yeah. Well, so we haven't gotten our rain yet.
We're on week 10.
Yeah, Molly says we're like on week 10, no rain. We're not enough rain. I mean, we did get like 3 days of a quick thunderstorm, but very, very, very little water out of it.
Yeah, I've had a few of those
Didn't
here and there.
Yeah, I think
It
we might
didn't
have
clean
got,
my windshield. It doesn't count.
yeah. If it leaves dirt on the windshield, it doesn't count. Like when you get that mud rain there in the Southwest.
Yo, I definitely know that. Trust me, I get that.
I know.
Those
Oh,
all
that's just
like
awful.
dirt particles. I'm like, what the heck?
And it's all smeared all over the windshield.
Yep. Yeah, I guess I can do a video tomorrow as an update video. I need to do one anyway.
Yeah. Like I said, if I do a video, mine's gonna be all crispied and overgrown with the grass. It's just been so hot in the afternoon. It's just like, yeah, I'm not going outside. Not after being inside of an air conditioning building all day, running to get the conduit out back several times is like cold, hot, cold, hot, cold, hot. Not good for the body.
No, it's not. It's also how you end up with stank butt.
Heat stroke.
Swamp ass.
That's the word I was looking for, but I didn't want to say it out loud.
Okay. I'm not monetized.
I have 3, Blake, that I stay in.
But we have childs in here.
Dampness.
Yeah, we're not a hopefulist channel. We're a realistic channel.
Oh yeah, to answer another question of yours, you need to do, if you're going to do it the right way, you need a minimum of 18 inches for a true hugelkultur bed.
Oh, 18 inches? Yeah, so, yeah.
Because you're going to do that first bottom layer, almost 8 to 10 inches is going to be nothing but large sticks, logs, whatever. And then you want to start layering your smaller stuff on top of it. Well, the way I've seen people do it is they usually put large logs on the bottom, layer cardboard, like a secondary layer of like organic matter, bark, mulch, whatever, and then they'll do a couple of like the smaller sticks on there, and then they'll kind of fill that with a little bit of soil, throw another layer of cardboard on there, like a layer of leaves, like a good thick layer of leaves, compact that all down, and then they just fill the top. Usually like the top 4 to 6 inches is just solid soil. And then every year, every season, you're gonna have you'll add soil.
Yeah.
But once you get down to that bottom stuff, you kind of, after like 2-3 years, you just kind of till it or get down in there real far, and you just kind of mix it with a shovel or a pitchfork, and you'll be able to just reach in there and just stick your hand all the way through the bottom. But again, you have to have for those beds to truly work, I feel like you have to have the right climate.
Yeah.
They don't talk about that when they teach about it.
Yeah.
No, they don't.
Well, usually in Europe, where that actually started in the German area of that north central of Europe. Like I said, it's usually wet throughout the year there. They got their dry months too, but it's not gonna be hot like what we are.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, this is ridiculous.
Yeah, like I said, we're still, everything for the next 2 weeks is 99 and higher.
Yeah, we hit, despite the rain that we had the other day, that still hit 102, and I was like, how did it hit 102 and then rain? Like, that threw me off completely.
Yeah, that was nice. We had that one afternoon at about 5 o'clock. We had 10 minutes of rain that came through, and it cooled it down for the whole evening. It was nice.
Oh, nice.
But it was really humid after that, though, the next morning.
Oh, I bet. That probably raised that humidity level past 100. Yeah, I'm showing about 80 degrees right now.
Because we'll be 99, 100% humidity in the morning, and then in the afternoon we're down to 35. Past couple of weeks.
Yeah, I'm in the mid to low 90s all week. But that'll probably change tomorrow.
All right, folks, it's now 10 o'clock. I do have to work in the morning, so with that, I will say good evening. Everybody have a nice evening. Stay safe out there. Cecilia, have a good night. CR, have a good night. Buck Killer, have a good night.
Blake
is still in here, so have a good night. Everybody else who was in here earlier, I hope they have a wonderful night, and everybody stay safe out there. And remember, always get outside, have fun, do something, take pictures of anything. Take pictures and start a photo album. then you can actually have a record of the climate that's actually going on. Everybody's got a camera now these days.
Yes, they do.
Bye, Cecilia.
All right, bye, Cecilia. Good night. And everybody, have a wonderful day for tomorrow.
Take care, folks.